3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, baby.
Right on.
I like that. That's our new way of doing it,
Right
and I'm
on.
gonna follow suit from now on.
Hazies.
We're gonna do
I
our-
love hazies.
Yeah, hates are the best, man.
Oh man.
Get
Yeah.
best of both worlds.
Every
Cheers to a mistake, huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. So every clap after 3, 2, 1 from now on is gonna be a beer crack.
It's funny how you finally caught on because I've been doing that.
I know, but I was like, I'm just stupid.
This is my show. I want to clap.
I'm
Whatever.
stupid. What do you want?
Anyway, so
I was born stupid.
So back to the
So
Wayfair thing.
I thought it was just such a trip because it was a whirlwind and it was over the weekend thing, and on Monday it just disappeared. And whether it's conspiracy or not, I mean, crazy.
Dude, this goes back to what the fuck I told you about, my generation and after, it's just suffering through depression. It's more rampant because you have all this information, all this bombardment, and all this truth that you're seeking. And then when you find like all these things happening, like this stuff with Wayfair, police brutality, what's real and what's not, fake news, the news, reporters saying the same shit. It's fucking depressing, bro.
It is.
You
It's
don't
like,
wanna-
where's the truth?
Yeah, it's like you don't want to live in a life like this. You just
Right.
want to go to sleep, wake up in somewhere where you can just enjoy being where you're at, living comfortably, but that doesn't exist.
Mm-mm.
And it's gotten to a point where people just want that. They don't give a fuck about money anymore.
Dude,
they don't give a fuck about possessions.
That's why I only care about surfing and shooting fish.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Because I don't fucking care about all this other bullshit out there. There's no camaraderie in the United States. We're so divided.
Right
There's
now,
no
yeah.
camaraderie in the world. There's no camaraderie on anything. And yet we have the ability to be comrades. We have all the information is out there to prove that, number one, we can live in a homeostasis.
Mhm.
You understand
Yep,
homeostasis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, we've proven that everything is there for us to do it. Number two, we have the technology and the resources and the intelligence to execute it. And number three, we have the collective community of all these different countries of people that have belief in a higher power, that we're not alone in this. Yet we don't pull it off. Why don't we pull it off?
Because
How
of
come we
division.
can't fucking pull it off?
Because
There's
of the
no way.
manipulation
Yeah,
and the
there's
division.
no way, dude.
It's sad,
All right.
and that's I get depressed about it too. I
Well,
get depressed, and that's
there's-
why we're doing this.
One, you
This
have
is
that-
why we are doing this podcast.
One, you have that old generation that's still sticking around, influencing, and the ones that have the money, and are influencing the ones, after them. But then also the people who seek the truth and who want the truth.
Are you talking about people like in general pop, or are you talking about politicians?
Everybody.
I mean,
General pop, yes.
Yeah.
okay. I'm afraid because I'm an old white guy.
Well, you're
What do
pretty
you mean?
open and you're super cool, But I'm saying for
No,
the
but I
ones that
mean,
aren't,
there's an attack on like old white guys. I mean, and
Yeah,
Well, not
for,
like
for
you, though,
idiots
guy.
that
Yeah,
for
not
idiots
like
that
you.
don't take the time to get to understand what's right in front of them.
right.
the
But I
ones that
think
are
that's
like,
a
"Oh, back in my
manipulation
day,"
though too.
or-
It's a manipulation
yeah,
though as
it's
well.
just the ones that aren't as open as you, guy. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think that's a manipulation. I mean, when you turn on mainstream TV, you turn on CNN, you have these old white guys telling you that old white guys are evil. And it blows my mind. It cracks me up when I turn on, all these news stations and I see an old white guy telling me how old white guys are racist. And I'm like, dude, you're a white guy. You're an old white guy. I mean, it's crazy.
When you listen to somebody who's pointing fingers like that and trying to stereotype and trying to say this is what's going on, fuck him.
Yeah, it's better not to listen.
That's why I don't watch the news, dude. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit.
Well,
you want to know
well,
what's going
you-
on in the world around you? You take your neighborhood.
But reality is,
You got good people.
reality is you got to keep your
bad
pulse
people.
on it because it is your construct. Because
Yeah, absolutely.
look at Gavin Newsom's on the news saying that we got to do this and we got to do that. So we got to know.
Hey, you know what? I'm so connected.
You got to be informed.
You know what? Lucky for me, I'm so connected with my friends and my family and my community that I'm going to hear about the extreme bullshit. I'm going to hear about everything that you're talking about. Okay. I mean,
are you on Nextdoor?
No, but I have neighbors who are.
Nextdoor is cool.
But the point being is,
it's all political now.
What's really our valid source of information?
Division. What?
No,
what's what? No.
What's our
I was talking about.
What is our most valid source of information?
I can't. You can't put your finger on one.
That's a problem. That's why everybody's depressed and going
You know
crazy.
what? No, you can. You know what it is? It's you.
Thank you.
It's you.
Thank you.
Because I believe that evil and goodness, evil and good exists in each of us, and it's your decision. We're making all these decisions on our own.
Absolutely. You know, we've talked about this right here.
It's the old cliche that ain't little,
We've talked about this. This is
yin and yang.
This is a natural part
Duality.
of who we are.
Show
Polarity.
The people. Tell the people,
Okay.
Eric.
And not only that,
Preach.
over there, point at that. You opened up that wormhole recently on an episode.
What is that?
This is the Orion's Nebula.
Oh, Orion. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
see?
Orion?
Ooh, you guys are like,
so
look at.
We're paying tribute.
Connect the dots.
We're paying tribute to some of our
Egypt?
lineage.
So when I was looking at Notre Dame and like looking at religion, you obviously, those churches are beautiful. The architecture, the symbolism.
Yep.
So then I got interested in symbolism and what things mean. And, there's a whole lot more meaning to symbols and words than we think. Some of these words are, would be considered, if you did your research on them and went back hundreds of years, some of these words might be considered magical.
Okay. Like which words?
Like infatuation is one word that comes off the top of my head, but I don't, one thing, disclaimer here. I've been looking at so much stuff for so long. And I just, I don't have the index. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
That's okay.
I don't have the RAM.
Look, bro, let's be honest here, okay? We've already identified in our first two goes at this that there's way too much information to memorize. Okay,
there's so much going on.
So at some point when they do this, and they, make the little cut right here in the back of my ear and put the thing in there, and then you'll have the random access memory. Okay, then we'll be able to do it.
They won't
Elon
do that
Musk.
to you.
Elon Musk is talking
they won't
about
do that to you, but they'll do it to my kids
by 2030, right?
I agree.
Elon
so
Musk.
By 2030, they're hoping to already have a space station up there in Mars. And also
why do we want to get off this
to
Earth?
terraform? Because this Earth is going to shit because of humans. So Elon Musk has an idea.
Nobody's dealing with population. Nobody's dealing with the overconsumption of resources and the destruction of the biosphere. So his solution is get off the planet, go terraform somewhere else, so we can continue to expand. But dude,
we're going to be the last to go. It's like the Titanic.
Yeah. And the thing is, by 2050, the goal is to have 2050 to have 1 million people on there. 1 million, maybe more. Who knows?
Back to that whole thing
like
about
Wall-E.
Hollywood and things repeating themselves.
Wall-E directive.
We had, when all this, the Great Flood, and then, there are other religions describe it as like we were talking about or Petra.
Yeah, Petra.
Okay. Now, on one side of Petra, it's burnt.
Yeah.
Now, solar. Okay. So, and we've seen like ancient ruins of people just like dead in their tracks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that, cyclical. There are cyclical things, and history repeats itself. Look at everything. Nothing's new, dude. Nothing's new. Like Hollywood, there's nothing new.
Pompeii.
It's all more sophisticated and everything, but nothing's new.
Hey, speaking of that Pompeii dead in their tracks, did you know that the
Not even
ultimate
just Pompeii,
goal of Scientology is? Like you do these, they have like this very complicated chart of your spiritual
Now, if L. Ron
evolution.
Hubbard was hanging around with John Parsons and, other people.
But let me finish this first, okay? I want you to hear this. So I saw it. A friend of mine who was really deep into it. He showed me this chart, the Scientology chart of like these levels of awareness that you achieve, and you have a person who mentors you, and you do these sessions where you regress and blah 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 blah. But anyways, the ultimate level that you're trying to get to on this this journey is to gain the understanding that there was this galactic emperor who took a bunch of people to Earth, like millions, hundreds of millions, or whatever, however many people it was, and they were all prisoners or people that he captured. He put them on the Earth and threw nuclear bombs into the volcanoes and made them all erupt and killed all of them.
Cool.
That's the end game of Scientology, is to learn that truth.
Yeah. That's
and
cool.
that all the spirits and all the beings that are here are remnants of that experience.
Is it something you can get behind, Eric?
I'll get behind anything.
Oh shit! Wow. You want to trade places, guy? This guy is dangerous.
You're gonna protect me?
No, you know what?
I'll protect you.
You're on the end. You got a better spot than me.
This is what I get behind right here, because this is like. Let me make.
What's that?
Oh, the yin yang.
The
universe is always looking for balance. Always looking for balance.
So what's going to bring us balance,
that's
Eric?
Like duality.
On this planet, I can only speak to this planet because this is the most control we potentially have. What's that?
As above, so below.
That's right. So
duality.
So I think what's going to bring us balance is Trump and Putin and all the everybody who's out there running the show. Shut the fuck up and do the right thing by human beings.
I don't think that's possible.
They're not going to do that. Yeah, they're not going to.
I don't think that's possible right now.
Don't even speak to them right now.
Because there's a system that's been going on for thousands of years.
They won't listen. I know. I get it. They won't listen.
No, but they're part of the system. But I'm
still going to say, hey, chill the fuck out.
And the illusion and the
think of a bigger picture
deception
here
is that we think that they're.
If you can think beyond yourself, I don't know if you can think beyond yourself, but for 2 fucking seconds of your life, think beyond yourself, you fucking selfish pricks.
So I just want to say that I don't believe what this guy is saying, so don't come after me and kill me in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm speaking from the heart, man.
He's mad today.
They don't give a shit. Oh, you speak from the heart, comrade?
Comrade, I put knife in you. Hey, where's my fucking print for back wall? I ordered this 4 fucking months ago. Where is print?
So, guy, a funny story.
I feel like I'm a weather person.
Oh,
with this green screen.
You don't see a green screen because they don't see a green screen. They see whatever the fuck we got going on.
I'm sorry. Hey,
background here.
No.
George, tell the story.
Where am I right now?
Wherever you want to be.
Planet Eric.
Is that where we're at?
Say 3 things. Where do you want to be first?
Where do I want to be?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. No.
Okay, what's second place?
I just want hey, we're all searching for happiness.
Yeah.
Serenity.
So what is happiness for you?
Peace.
Cheers.
What is that? I mean, my dogs mean a lot to me. Mm-hmm. Nature means a lot to me.
Yeah, buddy. What's left of it?
And my God means a lot to me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying, I mean, that's personal thing.
Non-denominational, I take it?
Yeah, it's within me. Like I said, I mean, good and evil's within each of us.
Absolutely.
So,
we have the decisions.
When you say God, do you believe in an individual, or do you just believe in something out there of like a greater power?
Well,
no matter what it is.
I mean, if you energy, vibrations, frequency, and reality. When you think, in the context of reality and consciousness, I don't know. I mean, and the universe and creation, I don't know. Maybe that I just have to. I'm humbled, and
humble is good.
I have to have someone that's like above me. Like my conscious is like, my God. And because I'm humble, and maybe that word God was the first vibration that created everything. Boom. Universe, Earth.
Prime
Who
mover.
knows? But the reptilians and the bloodlines, they're the negative vibration that's sucking the energy from the kids. Mm-hmm. They're the negative vibration. The reptilians.
You know, there's.
How do we fight them off?
How many species?
I think
how
we're
many
kind
species
of
are on this planet?
screwed. I don't know about
I think
that. I mean,
there's hundreds, but
well, we know there's
like
underground
Men in Black,
stuff.
man. We
know there's underground.
Oh yeah, like the underground tunnels.
I mean, there's underground stuff
heard of that,
all
right?
over the place.
Hollow cavities in the planet Earth.
Yeah, you've heard of the tunnels underneath the United States, right?
We've heard the
they're under the whole
conspiracies
planet.
about aliens being down there, or the kids.
So how far
breeding the kids?
How far do you need to go? Because I'm tempted.
What do you mean down?
Yeah, how far down?
Oh, these things are way down, way far. I mean, you
finally we're getting to the depths.
I'm not. I don't know for sure.
So I can't be like at work digging a hole 10 feet down and then expect to find.
Oh no! These things are like hundreds and hundreds of feet down.
Dude, you're not a hole digger.
Right now I am.
What about
you are,
What about? I mean,
because the government's not paying up your unemployment benefits. What the hell's up with that?
The first conspiracy you get
2.5
into,
months.
kindergarten conspiracy, is the Colorado airport.
Right.
You know the Denver
airport.
airport.
I saw all that. Yeah.
That's kindergarten conspiracy.
Explain that.
Well, you know,
the murals
why
at the
they
Colorado
built
airport.
the murals.
And the secret base that's underground there.
The murals are trippy. I mean, like I said, I'm common sense, rational person. I'm looking at what the fuck you got that shit up there for? Like the weird shit. I mean,
yeah. What corporation?
And then the blue horse or whatever that horse is.
Mainstream anything that's all neutralized and fluffy and whatever. At least until now.
You've seen the
put that shit on their fucking walls.
You've seen the monoliths in Georgia, right?
The what?
The monoliths.
Look up Colorado Airport.
Oh, the
what are they?
Trippy murals.
What they call them, but I
no, they're the Georgia
Guidestones.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay.
So I haven't done much research on it, but what I read is pretty fucking crazy. It is Guidestones to the New World.
Yeah.
You know, I think I talked to you about it, Eric. Listen to this. So,
yes,
the Georgia Guidestones.
Well, the big thing on there is the population thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the big
500,000.
Wow.
Oh, trip on this. So,
woo! Hey, watch out, motherfuckers! COVID's just the first round.
I'm done. I pulled it out.
Oh, don't take it out yet, baby.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Eric will fix it. Don't worry. Beep. Technical difficulties.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
There was nothing about that.
Population. I was on a site the other day, and it was, what was it called? Some site the other day. It's a real site. Mm-hmm. And it was talking about a forecast in 2025 and the United States was going to be 70% less populated.
Well, I believe that because I remember I was telling Eric that my generation and the generations after are their beliefs are that they don't want to have kids. As much as, you know,
I did a study on
this.
Different. I researched this a lot, and first world countries where there's a higher level of education tend to have lower population growth.
For example, Japan spends billions of dollars, Eric,
United States,
to try to get people to
Switzerland
have kids.
It's the statistics are there that wealthier, higher educated populations tend to have less kids because they understand not only the magnitude of what it means to have more people on the planet, but they also have a different lifestyle that is not codependent on kids, on next generations. You know,
right.
And I'm breaking it down to a very simple formula here, which is basically
that's the Bill Gates formula.
If you lived in Africa in a tribe and you have a farm and you have all these other animals to take care of and wheat to grow or corn to grow or whatever it is you're growing, wow, that's a lot of work. Let's have 6 kids or 7 kids. Some of them are going to die because we're not going to be able to feed them. We're going to go through a famine, or they're going to get illness or whatever because we
or some kind of militia will kill them
or whatever. So we want to increase our odds that our children are going to survive and keep this going. So that is the mindset in third world countries. Okay, in first world countries, the mindset is we just described it. I just described it. Okay,
what is it?
That's why there's negative population growth.
So you think
you have disposable income. You have a wonderful life where you get to cater to all your
I disagree with
pleasures
that.
and fantasies and all that in a first world country, and therefore it's like, well, why would I have kids?
No, okay. I disagree with that.
What's the need?
Because the American dream's gone, and younger people nowadays are like, you know what? I got student loans, and I can't afford a house. I'm gonna wait to have a kid. It's not a decision that they're making.
Okay, you're breaking it down to specific socioeconomic classes and their decision-making processes.
Well, because if you want to break it down to the socioeconomic classes, then, I mean, the inner cities are having lots of kids, right? Okay.
Okay, but you could also argue that inner cities kind of reflect the lesser educated mindset of, hey, we're just doing what we're doing, and we're not thinking above our situation that we're in.
No, well, okay, you could say that, or you could say that, wow, shit, I've got a car payment, and I've got a student loan, and I got this girlfriend, and I'm taking her out, and I can't afford shit right now.
You know what? There's that too.
Exactly. You know,
and actually, you know what? The inner city growth population is a different story, because now you're not talking about always talking about people. It's a different mindset. There's a lot of struggling there. There's a lot of dysfunction there.
Right. And, you know, what about...
So that is a whole different contributing factor to the population growth there, is the dysfunction.
Right.
Unprotected sex and you know...
Well, there's also the incentive that, you know, the system gives people for having kids, you know, like welfare.
Yeah. Milking the system.
And you know what? And that is rampant down in the South.
It is. I mean, you know, and if you don't have a dad in the house, then you continue to get the welfare.
Dude, the shit that I've heard, like, about taking advantage of the man is rampant.
No, I don't think they're taking advantage of the man.
Well, I would...
Okay. I think they're being played by the man, and the man really wants them to have a bunch of babies and be paid for it and give them the money, because that's control. It's control.
That's interesting.
And there's no father in the house. And we've seen the degradation of the black family since the 60s.
You know what?
And you know what? Look in the mirror, guys. Right there. You look in the mirror right now, because the degradation of the white family is happening right now. Yes.
You know, you brought up a really good point.
I already said I'm the older white guy. I'm the devil, and I love everybody. I'm half Mexican. I'm half German. I love everybody. That's my whole thing. Huh?
You look German.
Oh, I look.
Yeah.
Wow.
You brought up.
I look privileged.
You brought up something there. I want to touch. I know you do, but I want to touch. I want to before even getting into that. I want to touch on something there. It is in the United States. It is no longer legal to have slaves, right? Mm-hmm. However, if someone is incarcerated, it is legal to treat them like slaves, and that is written in the laws.
Rehabilitation.
Well,
so the point being, what Guy just said, if you've got a black family that has 6 kids and the whole dysfunction that you brought up right there, where it's just like there's no father present or whatever, bunch of kids trying to live off the system, there's a bet that a lot of those kids are eventually going to create an intimate relationship with institutionalism.
Well, let's add some more dysfunction, because right now they're letting those people
there's your
out
free
of
labor
those
to do this, that, or the other.
right? They're letting those people out of those institutions right now. Into our...
They can't afford it
society.
anymore.
Because why?
Can't afford it anymore.
And also COVID.
It's actually... I mean,
Man,
COVID...
are we a mess or what?
We're a mess.
There's so
And when
many
you think
levels
about
of things
this,
that are trying to work and they're not working, and it's just a mess.
And you hear someone like Geraldo Rivera on Fox the other night. I read this in somewhere that he was defending Ghislaine Maxwell, and he was saying that her, the things that she was, being charged with happened in the 90s, and they're predator, like pedophilia shit. I forget my point with him, but
Take your time.
I'm just saying it's deep within. I mean, I forget where I was going to go. Sorry.
It's all right.
But I do that sometimes.
It'll come back up. Don't worry.
It will. It will. But that's your guys' job to keep me on track because I'm a drifter.
Oh, dude, we're both drifters.
We drift too.
Yeah.
This is your show. You just got to kind of like, I'm going down the Nile.
We'll take it. No, but the point being, a friend of mine was trying to say that, the way that the African American folks were being continually put into bondage was through arresting them. You arrest them, you put them in jail. If someone's incarcerated, suddenly they are now able to be used for whatever it is that they want to use them for. Making license plates, hand-sewn garments, whatever.
It's fucked up.
I'm not qualified to speak about like any black feelings.
We're
or
not
anything.
Neither am I.
But what I see,
no three of us are qualified to
is
speak
I'm
about that shit.
sympathetic to that community, and I don't begrudge them on anything that's going on there right now. It's
agreed.
systematic, and they have been, driven down into like a cesspool of shit. And the things that we see on the news today, I know that some people are like, you get a job, get out of there. Yeah, really?
Yeah, right.
They make movies about that. They make movies about the people that get out of it.
Extremely
So
self-focused.
It's easy to
survivor that has to come out of that situation.
It's white privilege, isn't it? To assume that.
It is.
Yes, it is. I think
It is.
so. I don't begrudge anybody for anything right now, even for the negative lifestyle that they might have, because they weren't given the same opportunities. There is a difference.
I agree.
There really is.
There is a difference.
And it's funny that you bring that up because my girlfriend's sister, she noticed that I was getting a little tanner.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, man, when I first met you, you're really white. Like you're lighter in the skin tone. Like, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you can't see my legs, but my legs are fucking white.
Me too.
Hang on, let's get a shot of that.
All right, sure. I don't know if the camera will pick
Goddamn
it up.
white boy.
All right, Eric, you got to get your hand out of the way because you just ruined my video. God damn it. You see, you stopped it.
Sorry,
well,
man.
anyway. So she brought up a good fact and she said, hey,
I'm sorry.
you're a little darker than when I met you. And I said, well, in my head, I thought, I hate that because I want to look as white as possible.
Really?
Because when you grow up...
Why?
Okay, so hear me out. Because when you grow up in the United States as a Hispanic person, or even a black... Hispanic mainly, because a black person can't just say, oh, I'm not going to go out in the sun and then suddenly become a lighter shade or tint, whatever. But when you're Hispanic, sometimes you have a little Spaniard in you, like me.
Mm-hmm.
See this?
Yep,
It's fucking white. So when you grow up in America, your goal is to either marry a white person or to get lighter in the skin tone or tint because it gets you to where you want to go. And I said, hey, you know what? Yeah, I do
the
look
taint,
look
you
at
say?
look at this. It's because I've been working in the fucking sun for the last week and a half. And it sucks to me being a Hispanic. It sucks because I would never, ever let myself get this dark because I know being lighter in tone gets you places.
Let me tell you something.
You know, especially when I go places, like when I used to go somewhere, they'd be like, oh, hello, sir. How are you? Oh, I want that table. Oh, yeah, sure. Of course you can have that table. Or, oh, whatever. Yeah, it's like that. And when people say, oh, you know, white privilege doesn't exist, it fucking does. Because when you're a Hispanic that, you know, has a lighter skin tone, you know, you're privileged. You hang around and you go somewhere and you work at a job where, you know, people think you're white. And then you start talking shit about other races or whatever, then you're like, holy fuck. You know, you start to see the truth, you know, and then you start to feel like I need to be a lighter shade to survive.
I'll tell you something.
And that's me, dude. I'm not even that fucking like dark.
I was born in 1960.
So imagine.
Yeah. My mom was Mexican. My dad was German. And my mom, back in those days, in the 50s and stuff, you learned English. If you were Mexican, you learned English and you tried to assimilate. And my mom, you know, my grandparents didn't teach my aunts and uncles and my mom, Spanish. And my mom married a white guy. They all did. They all married white people. And, my mom dyed my hair, bleached my hair when I was a kid to make me even look more white. Yeah.
They did that to me and my brother when we were in middle school.
Elementary. Growing up, I know a little bit. I mean, the experience that I had being half Mexican and half, you know, white, being able to like
jump back and forth.
Associate in both circles.
In the Latin community, they go, "What? Are you kidding me?" Really? I was like token, like, you know, güero, whatever.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it exists. And then it's like,
but I like
wanting to look
tan.
at a lighter tone exists because you know it'll get you places.
I want to share with you something.
And before you get into that, Eric,
go ahead.
The worst part is when you're amongst your own people and they say, oh, you're too dark, dude. You look fucking Indian. You look like a degenerate because you're darker. You look like a fucking Indian. And that's
where's the social hierarchy there?
Yeah,
huh? I'm gonna share.
Fucked up.
Okay, I grew up in Southern California, like you did, and like you did, in Orange County, and all of my friends growing up were a mix. And I had people from different ethnicities that were always my friends growing up. I didn't have a people. I always had whatever I could latch onto. I had black friends, I had Mexican friends, I had Native American friends, I had white friends, German, Irish, whatever. It didn't mean anything to me. And the reason why it didn't mean anything to me is because I can't really identify with any people. I'm half Swiss, but Swiss is 3 nations. And my father was, his mother was Irish, Scottish, English, and his father was Portuguese and black. And I've never really had a people that I can really say I identify with. I'll take the half Swiss, even though they're mixed. But all my life, I never really identified with any particular culture. I have some of my best friends are Filipino, Vietnamese, every culture. And what I'm trying to say here is I understand what it means to not fit. You know, and I think not fitting goes beyond just being of a particular culture. It goes to how you relate to people. And I think it's easy to put a lot of pressure on yourself or where you think you fit. It doesn't matter where you fit. What matters is who do you associate with and who do you relate to. And this comes from here in your heart and who you are. And I understand what it means to be prejudiced against. I am 165 pounds. I'm not a big guy. Sometimes 160 if I'm really lean. And I've always been smaller. I was always small growing up, so there's a lot of prejudice to me.
He was a Mexican. He was a nerd.
Emotional guy.
He was a nerd.
Yeah.
and I was.
What? Look at him.
I
He's
never
gonna shed a
I
tear.
never
get the
really
tissues?
identified. What I'm trying to tell you is I
Here.
understand what it means.
Get to the point, Eric.
I understand what it means to not
I think we
to
need a
not
crystal.
fully identify. And any more these days, I don't care.
Good. And that's the key, Eric.
I don't fucking care.
You shouldn't
I
fucking
didn't know
care.
you had a crystal here. Oh my god.
Dude, there's tons of crystals out there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
No wonder
I found
look at this.
my religion and
all
spirituality.
this energy. Oh my god.
That's great, Eric.
Okay, can
I
we
can-
bring
glad
it
you
back
feel
up
that
now
way.
Yes, let's
into
go.
like child sex trafficking and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. Where do I buy one? On eBay?
yeah.
So,
Wait
Can I,
there.
can I pick one up at the Amazon locker?
Well,
You can.
send me
I
the
don't think
link.
you can now though, because it disappeared over the
Oh.
weekend.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's somewhere.
And that's a trip. Who took the time to do that? To mind fuck everybody, or it's real. What the fuck? One thing I always trip out on is I wonder what's real and what's not because of reality and consciousness, and some of the mechanical aspects of life that happen that we don't know about, like the words and like not real magic, but like sigil magic and things like. Did anyone see the coin with the bat on it now?
Oh, yeah. Everybody was talking about that.
Come on.
So
A
there's
fucking bat?
a quarter circling around that showed the date. You know how quarters have
Well, no,
dates
it's our
on
new
them?
quarter. It's got a
2020.
bat.
2020 on it. And it has a fucking bat on it, Eric.
COVID bat. You got one?
I'm looking.
Yeah, I had one the other
No,
day.
yeah. You know, and I fucking had one.
They're out.
It's the craziest shit.
Now that I kind of, I don't, it's just ideas. I mean, but when you look into like, the mechanical wheel and what's involved in it, occult-ish, esoteric, alchemy, symbols and things and our subconscious mind reads symbols.
Mm-hmm.
And so our conscious mind doesn't even know what's happening, what's being read by. So all these symbols, like, the stuff that's coming out, like pedophile symbols and stuff. And they're out in plain sight the whole time. Like these people are using them for logos. So we don't pay attention to that stuff, but subconsciously we do. So there is like sigil magic, like things like predictive programming, social engineering, things that we're involved in and we don't even know it. Like, like music nowadays. Pretty crazy. I mean, why do they put people in circles? Like, it's ritual.
Yeah.
Why is everyone going like this? Like,
Oh,
this,
yeah. Or cover. Yeah,
like
that's a big
this?
thing. Covering their half of their face.
Yeah, I remember you bringing that one up.
Oh, it's rampant. You will not find a music person that doesn't have, I mean.
In the mainstream music?
Oh, yeah, they all
Yeah,
do it.
just-
They've all done it. Do you have a picture do you have your own picture that does that?
No,
Give me
I
a
don't.
break.
I don't
No.
have a phone on
Or-
me. Oh, you have your phone.
Okay, let's do it right
Look it
now.
up.
Yeah, rapping about our podcast and
Yep.
what we do.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's ridiculous. I mean, that we don't, as a people, go, what the fuck? I don't have a picture of myself like that. Do you? Is it like, do they get in front of like the one photographer that goes, oh, I want
All
this
of a
pose?
sudden, I want to get a picture of myself.
No, it's symbolism.
this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's Hippocrates. Like, shh.
It goes deeper.
Don't say nothing. You can't
Well,
say.
I'll tell you what, you guys. We could just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to have to cut it for now.
You got it, man.
Guy,
There's so much. to
save
talk
it for
about.
the next episode.
We're going to have you back, brother.
No problem.
This
Right
has
on.
been great. Thanks, you guys.
You got it.
And Guy's going to come back again, and we're going to do more rabbit hole digs.
Right on.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
everybody.
Hey, wait.
Goodbye.
Come on.
Oh, put your mask on, Guy.
Oh, yes.
That's what they
right.
want you to do because they're watching you.
My
That's
mask
right.
is on.
If you don't do it,
And my wife is watching you, so watch
Submission.
there she is.
Submission.
out.